to do self-tape.
Good.
But like it's got pros and cons because it's really cool, right? You can review it, you can try again, you can redo it when you've done something wrong. But in my case, it gets to the point where I just overdo it and I overanalyze it. And then the final audition tape may actually not have any like mistakes in it. Like you don't tumble over your words, you don't forget your words anymore because you've done it so many times. But it's also
Mm,
a little robotic because you've done it so many times. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like I said,
I
overthinking it. And I
I
almost feel like if you're sitting in front of a person and you're doing it in person, the energy is there. Obviously, the other person knows you could stumble over your words. That's why you can do a second take. Like it's fine.
mhm.
But like you can't send out a tape where you have stumbled over words. So you start over and it's such a long monologue. It's like a 4-minute thing.
For real?
So it's just,
What's this what's the model what's the story about?
I can't say. What if they watch this one day?
Okay, is it like
I'll tell you later. I'll tell you
is
later.
it a comment is it a comedy?
So I believe the role that I'm submitting for is going to have comedy. Yes. But
Oh, okay.
in general, I think the whole story is not necessarily full. Like I think they're putting a lot of comedy in it to entertain with it. But yeah. But
Okay.
we'll see.
Is
We'll
it gonna
see.
be
I
shot?
really, really want this. I
Okay.
really want this badly. So
I'm gonna pray that you get it. Is this gonna be shot in Charlotte?
no, I would have to drive actually pretty far. So there's a whole thing where I really want to get it, but at the same time, I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna do this, you know? But it's a paid job and it's a paid job. Like it's not a I'll give you $50. Like it's a paid job. So it
Oh,
would be
okay.
amazing. But of course, obviously, way more professional people are applying for this kind of stuff. So my competition is bigger. So
All right.
it's a whole thing. I
You're
We'll
gonna get
see.
it. You're gonna get it.
It would
How's
it
it?
would really suit me. I think it would really suit me.
Okay, you're gonna get it. Don't worry about it. How's your week been?
So fine. I'm recovering.
Okay.
I'm
Oh, the voice.
recovering.
Yeah, the voice. How's the voice?
Well, it's better, right? It's a little better. It wasn't because like it started getting better um and then the whole emergency thing happened with my daughter. So of course there was a lot of chaos and a lot of
How is she doing?
stress and she's fine. She's acting like nothing ever happened, which is a problem because she's not supposed to use her arm too much and he's trying to climb trees. So yeah, she's gonna be the death of me is what I'm gonna say.
Man,
But yeah.
she's a soldier, man. Maybe I need to cast her in one of my films.
She's been raised by two big brothers. Like, what do you expect? You know, of course she's gonna be a daredevil.
That's good. That's good. All right,
How's
let's
your
kick.
week?
It's been a good week. I've been taking it pretty easy. You know what I'm saying? I got like a little extended off day from work just to rest. I think the managers just seen that I'm kind of stressed out from work and stuff like that. So I
Oh,
just
that's
needed to,
good.
yeah, so it's been cool. And then I talked to Trey, giving him more ideas on how we can release roommates and maybe get a lot more buy-ins. And he kind of likes the
Yes.
idea. So, but I think right now the idea I want is that maybe we should release episode one for free and just put
Hmm.
that out there everywhere, like Twitter, Instagram, YouTube,
Get people
everything.
hooked. I'm hooked
Yeah,
from the
blast it
first
out like that,
episode.
and then pay, and then act, and just charge people like $10 or $12 to watch the remaining four episodes on the site. So
Okay.
I think that would work. But right now, before we do that, I think he's just we're in like he's putting the first episode through the film festival circuit. So he doesn't want to like mess that up too much right now.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
so that's so probably maybe we'll go to that formula by the end of April, beginning of May, and then hopefully
Hmm.
things will look good. But hopefully that at that time, Killer Sinners and Spies will be completely done, and we'll be trying to push that one out and stuff like that.
I
Yeah,
can't wait to see that. I'm so excited about this. I've been waiting.
it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. It's looking good, looking good. So yeah,
Yeah,
so
are
that's
you
just
feeling good about it?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I mean, we're still putting everything together, and then after that, we're gonna put the score, the color grading, and clean it all
Oh
up and
yeah.
stuff like that. So that would
I'm
probably
telling you,
by April.
post-production is no joke.
It really isn't. It's not.
Post-production is so hard. I honestly like, well, I'm over here thinking I really want to learn so many of the other aspects of it, right? I don't want to be ignorant to all the other aspects. Like I don't see myself making a career of doing any of the other things, but I want to learn some of them, right? I've done PA work when I was in
Yeah,
college.
yeah.
And I love acting. I love the camera, so I want to learn some camera work and all this stuff. But then it comes to like editing, and I'm like, just the thought of editing, like I've got like shivers down my spine. I'm
I
like,
mean,
there's so much detail. It's so much miniature work. Like I don't think I would ever have the patience. Like
I
I think it
could.
would give me anger issues.
I thought about like let me expand my repertoire of what I can do and let me learn editing. Watching this guy's process when we're on Zoom and we're watching the process, I'm literally like, no, I can't do
Yeah.
this. I don't have the
See, and
patience.
in my case too, like I'm like very all or nothing. Like I either just don't give a shit and leave it, or I'm a perfectionist, like a perfectionist, and I would
I'm
drive myself insane with it.
I'm not even gonna call myself a perfectionist. I'm more like if I'm interested in it, I will go all out in it. If it's something that I can get into quickly, I'll give it all.
Yeah,
But if
I
it's
hear you.
something like it's too technical and I'm not getting it in the beginning, I give up. I'm just
Well,
like,
see,
nah.
that's my problem with photography. I've been wanting to learn photography, and I have a great camera that my father-in-law gave me because he said, "Oh, you have an eye for it. Just do it, right?" I can't get past how to change the setting. Like I understand the concept, but I can't change the settings on the camera. It's a really old camera. Like there's no YouTube videos on it, and I just can't do it.
Yeah, I'm taking it slowly with my camera. So I'm just trying not to like overwhelm myself with too much technical details. I'm just doing the basics. And then as it goes along,
Right.
I'll probably like start to figure it out and stuff like that. But so far
Hmm.
it's been so good. Thinking about that, we're on for tomorrow, right? 2 o'clock. Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's get on the show. Take it away.
Hi, and welcome everyone back to another episode of Movie Unboxing with Marty and Bola. We are a writer, director, an actor, and an actress and a writer. And each week we dive into a film to unbox how it was made and what makes it tick, talking about the movie from a filmmaker's perspective.
And for this week, this was my choice, and the movie is called Rebecca. This now, so
Rebecca,
there's
I have never heard of Rebecca before.
Rebecca. Well, there are two. This is
So,
the one we're doing is the second version.
right,
The old
a
version
remake.
was released in like in 1930 something. It was
40s. So
40.
it's
Okay.
so it's funny. So I was watching it and I'm calling it a period piece, right?
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
guess when it first came out, it was like current.
Well,
It's 30s.
it was released in the 40s, but it's set like in the late it's set in like in the 30s.
30s.
In the
Yeah.
30s. Um the first one was directed by Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh,
So
okay.
it
That
was
makes a
really a
lot of
thriller.
sense.
Yeah, so
That makes a lot of sense.
this one was directed by Ben Whitley. He
Hmm.
hasn't really done anything, I've looked him up, doesn't really I think he directed the second Meg 2, the Meg shark big giant shark movie or something like that. I've only seen the first
I
one.
haven't seen it. That's
So he
not something
directed
I
that. He
would.
hasn't really done anything really there. The
Okay.
screenplay,
We've got a good cast though.
well, hold on. Since we were
Go ahead.
covering women, the screenplay, um,
Yes.
three people wrote adapted the screenplay. Jane Goldman,
Hmm.
Joe Shrapnel, and Anna Waterhouse. Jane Goodman wrote the two Kingsman movies.
What?
Yeah,
How did I miss that fact?
yeah.
Oh, gotta love
And
that woman.
the
So,
book,
okay, so
the
yeah.
book is adapt. It was written. The original book was written by an English lady called Daphne du Maurier. Um,
Yes.
yeah.
And
So
so and yes. And so it's based on a book, based on a novel, and it watches like it would read like a good book.
you think
Doesn't it?
so?
I feel like it felt, we'll get to that, but it felt like the book would be a good read.
I maybe you know what you're probably right because when I really did a deep dive into like who the writer was and stuff like that, I was like, I would probably
Mhm.
want to read this book just to get more details about what's
Yeah, it
going on and
felt
stuff like that.
like Agatha Christie almost, you know, lots of twists and lots of secrets, like.
It stars
But yeah, so cast, I had
Cassis.
to search these people, but it was like all three of the like main cast, I recognized their faces immediately. I was like, I've seen this person before, but I had
Mhm.
to look up each person to be like, oh, that's where I've seen that person before.
Oh, you looked at
Um,
the other cast. You checked out the other cast members. I
just
only
the
just
main three,
oh
really.
I just did the main three. Lily James, who
Yes, Lily
she
James was Cinderella,
yeah
and Pamela
um
Anderson, which I don't see.
she played Pamela Anderson.
She played Pamela Anderson in the movie Pam and Tommy.
Oh, I gotta go see that now. I have to go see that. I didn't want
Right?
to
And
see it.
this whole time I'm watching this is like, she's so cute. And I
Yeah,
can't see Pamela.
I've got to go see it now. Pamela Anderson, Baby Driver. She was in Baby Driver. There was another movie that she did. It's on Netflix. It's a love story too. I just can't remember the name of it. It's escaping me right now. But we have Army Hammer. Am I pronouncing that name right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Army Hammer. He's the
Army
Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger. I did not like that movie
Oh,
with
you
John
didn't?
with
Okay,
Johnny
I
Depp.
think I'm biased. I think I just out of principle give everything that has Johnny Depp in it like one extra point for some reason for
Nah,
having Johnny Depp in
that
it.
one
I
was
like
it
that.
wasn't good to me. It really
I
wasn't.
actually, my brother and I still make the same joke. It's always Tonto's joke. You want to make a trade?
I liked him in
I'll use that joke like when we're hanging
I
out.
liked him in what's the obviously the Social Network when he played the twins.
Oh, that's right.
The twins, yeah.
And he, the man from Uncle?
I haven't seen that one yet, but he's in
I
it though.
haven't either, but I think
He's
it's really good.
yeah, he's in there. He's also um the J. Edgar Hoover movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
I'm trying to remember.
Leonardo DiCaprio was playing J. Edgar Hoover. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I didn't like Leonardo DiCaprio casted as J. Edgar Hoover, but I like Armie Hammer's character as the his partner and stuff like that.
And he
I was,
fits this period really well. I thought that he fit this period really well. The way they had
oh
him
yeah,
dressed, the way he had his hair, I think
yeah.
it suited him.
And then obviously we have the legendary Kristen Scott Thomas.
Kristen Scott Thomas.
That
Shivers
uh,
down my spine with that woman and her like ice cold look and
it
feel
was
to her.
so. But first of all, the first thing we got to talk about is the trailer. Did you watch the trailer?
Okay. No, I haven't. I just went straight for the film.
Oh my God,
Did
you
you
know
think it
what?
was something else when you watched the trailer?
I no, but here's the thing. I saw the old one, but I never finished it, so I knew what was about to happen.
Oh,
But
okay.
I knew
Hmm.
what the story was going to be. Well, actually, I hadn't watched it. The first one I hadn't watched it to the point to where to know what the story was about. I just cut it off early,
No, too
and
many
then I
plot
never went
twists.
back to it. But now I'm probably gonna go back to it. But this one, I saw the trailer. I didn't know it was a remake of the first one when I first saw the trailer, and I thought this is just a love story and stuff like that. And the movie started off like a love
It felt
story.
like it for half a movie, yeah.
And this is the thing. I was like, okay, I know the movie's gonna take another because I've seen it twice now. The
Mhm.
movie's gonna take another turn. And you notice in the beginning, everything is all bright. The colors are bright. When they're
Yes.
when Monte Carlo,
Okay.
everything is
They
so bright.
absolutely did that. It's to me it's the Tim Burton thing because Tim Burton does it so obviously. But they did the same thing. I've written that down. It's like the cool effects with like the coloring and the light. Everything is bright, everything is pastel-y and hazy and romantic. And then
And
she gets to the house. The minute she enters that
the
mansion.
color. No, even before she got to the house, when they were driving towards the house, when they were coming,
Oh yeah.
the music started to look it started to feel very like sad or something like that. And the colors just started to like go down. It was like
Yeah.
it start, and then when they got to the house, it just went
It's
dark.
like that they didn't have a single working light bulb in that mansion.
Exactly. Everything just went
Dark.
dark, and it fit the mood that
Yeah.
this is now you've not. And I think
And
isn't
ever
that
since that point, I was stressed out.
exactly.
I was
And
stressed out to the point that, yeah,
and this is something I'm gonna how I like to analyze. I like to correlate it to real life and stuff like that. It almost feels like what a new wife would feel like. She's coming back from honeymoon, everything is all bright and lovely, and then she now faces the
yes.
reality of like, okay, now I am a wife,
Because
and
because the moment he gets there, the guy comes up with paperwork.
yeah,
Frank comes up with paperwork, and dude changes his shifts completely, and the romance is gone.
it's gone.
He's
Now
no
you're a wife.
longer the plushy feely. She wants to go with him. He's like, no, 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 you just stay here. I
You
gotta
just stay
work.
here.
And
Well, he
it's gone. It's like
we
over.
got to tell the
Honeymoon
audience
phase is
that
done. Yeah.
he lives at an aristocratic estate called Manderley. It was something that his ancestors were, that had this for, I think, was it 300 years they
Centuries.
mentioned that? I think Henry VIII had given to one of his ancestors back in the 1500s and stuff like that. So it's a huge estate, a very huge land. And so
Yeah.
it needs management. And he's the he needs man you have to see the house
It kind
servants.
of baffled me how many people they had in there, though. It was like
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
three or four families taking care of this one couple in their
yeah, but
house.
yeah, these landed estates have like, like I've seen a documentary about those landed estates at the height of their power, of their height when they were really popular. They would have over 100 people working in the house and on the grounds. It would have over 100 people working there. Now you barely have 10. In
Right.
some of them that are still owned by the families in today's world, they barely have 10 because obviously you have machines and everything like that running the house. Everything's little, downgraded because of the economy and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, those landed estates could have like 100 people working, maybe like
Yeah.
40 of them working in the house and then the remaining are working around the land and stuff like that. So I think like this is set in the 30s. So this is getting to the period where the economy in England is changing and those landed estates are beginning to lose all their work because industrialization is taking over. People are going to school now and stuff like that. So why would I want to do service in the house when I can go to school and make more money? So it wasn't a lot of people, but it was still a lot,
Yeah.
people. So, but I think we jumped into a little bit. Let's first talk about how they met and just the part in
Uh-huh.
Monte Carlo and stuff like that. It was like a quick courtship, but it wasn't even a courtship because they just decided to get married because they didn't want to not spend that time with each other. And I think both of them were running
Separate.
from he was looking for something, and she was running towards something. I think because she comes from a very poor family, her parents are dead, and she's like a companion to this rich woman who treats her like dirt poor, that treats her like
Yeah.
dirt.
I don't that part kind of confused me. I didn't fully understand the beginning of that. Like she was hanging out with her other old ladies and she couldn't sleep all night every night. And then like I don't know, it was just confusing. I get the point. Like they were trying to introduce the whole thing, introduce her character and all that stuff, but that was almost a little bit stretched out a little too much considering that the woman just would disappear off the surface of the earth and like
Which one? The rich woman that she was
her
competing.
like yeah, her
Her,
like
yeah, her
mistress,
boss.
whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
I think they were just trying to. I think like it's like she's like I said, she comes from a poor family. Her family's dead, and now she's a companion or sort of like a companion, an employee to this woman who treats her like shit, and she wants to escape. You know what I'm saying? But she has no resources,
Nowhere to go.
nowhere to
She's got
go.
nowhere
But
to go.
and she wants to travel. And this is the only way by being this woman's companion, she has to take this
Hmm.
mental and emotional abuse from this woman. And so,
Hmm.
he becomes an escape. And then he is, obviously we know that his wife had died earlier or something a year before and stuff like that.
And
So
he's
he's looking for,
grieving.
yes, we think well, it seems like he's grieving. So he needs somebody to help him with that, to take his mind off it. So that's why he decides to like
Yeah,
let
so when the relationship began to like unfold so quickly, obviously I think your first thought process is, oh shit, she's this naive, cute little girl
Mhm.
that trusts a man who's lost his wife recently, so she's just gonna be a rebound. Like that's where,
Yeah. But she doesn't become a rebound because
Mm-mm.
I think that her boss is jealous.
Hmm.
She's jealous because she's older and not attractive anymore. But here's this young girl who's attractive, and she catches the eye of this rich man that is
Yeah.
now available. And I don't know why she would think she would be the one, to marry the guy. Like he would select her. Like, no, he that's not gonna happen. Remember, she's trying to tell him to like,
No.
I want to sit next to him at breakfast, and no, it's not gonna happen. So
Mm-mm.
she
No.
says that we're gonna leave, trying to get her away from the man, and then she quickly runs over to the guy and tells him like, I'm just coming to tell you that I'm leaving. She's crying, and the guy's like, oh, okay, let me just think, and then he just quickly thinks of the best thing he can say, like, well, marry me then, and then you don't have to leave. And I'm just like, that is the quickest unromantic proposal ever.
Right. But they
Like
were so romantic throughout this whole time, however long that could have been. They made it look like it was a while, but it really wasn't because that woman was sick with like a stomach thing that couldn't have been that long.
so it's got to be like maybe what, a couple of days to a week.
Yeah, weak
That's
tops.
the whole courtship was like a week. So, but they
Crazy.
had some great scenes.
Yeah.
They went to the beach. They went to some kind of like different places. The scenery was so awesome. I like Monte
I
Carlo.
know. That is on my list, and one of my favorite
Yeah,
things was Monte
yeah.
Carlo. It was like
It looked so you can
beautiful. It
see,
was amazing. Yeah.
but I can see, but like I said, what they were both looking for, it was easy to see them falling in love or being attached to each other so quickly because they
Yeah.
were both an escape for each other.
Plus,
But
things
the,
were a little different in the 30s. Like, you
yeah.
know, you
So
don't wait that long.
yeah, you didn't wait that long, unlike today. But that, I like what you said that you don't wait that long because another theme, and which is gonna highlight, which is gonna show itself when she goes back, when she now goes to his home, and now reality
To
sets in that,
England. Huh?
okay, now the honeymoon is over. I'm a married woman, and
Hmm.
we already established that the color the color of the scene start become darker because now she's going to this
Hmm.
world that seems dark, and there's a mystery with the wife and Mrs. Danvers, who's the woman running the whole household and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think it feels a little bit like she's always been alone in the world, and she's always been just sort of there to serve someone else. But over there, there were so many people, and everybody knew everybody, and she didn't fit in already in the first place, but then also he, who she came with, shifted to where he wasn't as much available. He wasn't as romantic and cute because the normalcy and the everyday life caught up to him, and she sort of realized, I think, in that moment that she doesn't really actually know him, but she is now stuck with him.
You
He
just
could
took
become anyone.
you just took it out. I was about to, that was where I was going. And I was going to say this for a lot of married couples is that you never really, when people say like, oh, they're courting, they're going through that courting period, they'll be like, oh, I don't know him, or you don't know me, or stuff like that. That's why. And then what I'm trying to say is that you never really get to know the person until you live together.
Yes.
And
And
that
even
takes
then, it takes a
it,
little bit
it,
to see the true colors of a person. Like, you know what I mean? Like
exactly.
there's a lot of stuff where it's easy for you to be really, really stressed or really, really upset about something. Then you say goodbye to a person, you go home, you stress it out in any way that you do. Like, okay,
Hmm.
either you let your anger out somehow, or you sleep it off, or you drink it out. Like, however you manage those things,
Hmm.
and then you see that person again the next day. You're over it. You're better. Your head is clear, and you can present yourself from your best perspective.
Hmm. But this time,
But when you live together and you're together 24/7, that is when you get caught in all of your like
yeah.
situations. You know
And
what I mean?
there were things about him
And
that,
romance does die. Romance
yeah,
does die this
it,
way.
I mean, exactly like we said, as soon as she got to the house, the romance was done. The colors of the colors of the scene just dimmed out, and he went straight to being managing the
I,
estate, and he just
yeah.
left her alone, and there was just no romance anymore. And
You have moments where she's attempting it again.
she's attempting, but it just it's like she's just making one mistake to the next, way one mistake to the next, and she doesn't, and she's trying to, and now she's discovering that she doesn't really know this guy. Like this was like a spur of the moment marriage, and she finds out that he's a sleepwalker. You know what I'm saying? Like why is he sleepwalking? They never really explained that. So I don't know if they explained that. Why is he?
No, but she has dreams and he's sleep. I sincerely think sleepwalking. So it's a condition, right? And some people
Mhm.
just have it. But the truth is that just like with night terrors and all this stuff, it gets worse based on stress. If you don't address your stress, and I do believe that he was probably doing this because he was working
Stress.
through everything that happened.
Yes, now I get it now. Now I get it now. I didn't get it when I was watching it, but now I get it now. Because at the end they tell us,
And
well,
then
Billy,
again, Miss Danvers is all like, "Oh, he goes back to the bedroom that they shared because he loves her so much and you could
much.
never replace her." It's like, yeah,
Mrs. Danvers is such an evil. I I don't even know
that
what to
was
call her.
crazy. Yeah,
She's freaking crazy. And if we get up, if we, like I said, we like we did for like we said for like Nosferatu, that we should go watch Bram Stoker's Dracula and compare the two. We should watch
eventually,
the
yeah.
original of this one because the woman who portrayed Mrs. Danvers in the first one, she's really she really looks like a scary person. If I remember. I mean, it's yeah,
I
she
would do that.
yeah, it's freaking scary. And even Kristen Scott Thomas did a good job with this because in her
She did.
in her politeness and in it seemed like everything was being precise with her, and she was being like she was just so very she was gaslighting this woman like, oh, I didn't tell you, I didn't she I mean everything she remember when the dress.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I'm like, that must have been the most embarrassing thing when she came down thinking like, oh, I'm gonna be cute for you for the costume dress, and that was the wrong
Oh
dress
my
to put on because that was
gosh.
what his wife used to have on, and I felt so sorry for her.
So
I,
I
I
think the idea was that Danvers in the beginning told her, "Oh yeah, this is a painting of like one of his
his
ancestors."
yeah yeah.
But I think that painting was of the wife.
You think that's the wife?
Yeah.
Because I was about to say
So
the
she
oh,
steps out and she's dressed as the wife that just died. Can you imagine?
see I was gonna say they never showed us the wife, and the whole time her she was part of the
All
she's
we know
part.
is that she had dark hair.
Oh, we know she had, yeah, exactly, because the brush, and then she pulls out the dark hair from the brush with her initials. Everything's got her initials everywhere, and
Everything. What a
and
narcissist this Rebecca was.
she really was. She was narcissist. But another that's another thing for another theme is stepping into somebody else's shoes because essentially she
Mhm.
steps into the same position as Rebecca. I remember Mrs. Danvers tells her like, how dare you take her name? How dare you take her husband and stuff like that? Like, who are you? You're nothing. You
Yeah.
don't even come from this type of family. You're not even an aristocrat. You're just you're just a regular person. Like you don't deserve this. You're not wanted here. And it's so hard when you have to step into somebody because they in a way they painted Rebecca as this great woman, as this woman who
Yeah.
has loved, who's
And
very
she dies tragically and she's been taken from all of these people, sort of.
exactly. And now
And,
you're an imposter. You're not
hmm
you can't be her. And that was one
hmm
theme that I saw there. So and I don't know why she stayed. I would have just said, you know what, sweetie, this was a mistake. I should go.
My whole thing was up until the end, this Danvers is still there. After everything that she's done, why is she still in this house? How has she not been fired and kicked out 10 times over?
Well, I think one, Max de Winter has not realized who she is.
She does all this.
She's doing all this. He doesn't realize all this. She quickly realizes that, okay, this woman is not my friend, but she's not confident in her. As she
Yeah,
doesn't, she
in
feels like
herself.
an imposter. She doesn't feel like the
Right.
real Mrs. De Winter to
Well, she
fire it.
believes her on so many levels.
Yeah, because
When
remember
she's
now
bullying her, she believes it.
and remember she does try to fire the first time, like, I'm
Hmm.
here to give you your notice. But then she
Yeah.
asks her like, okay, can you help me? I'm saying, to plan this party and stuff like that. So she doesn't fire her. It's not until towards the end that she just have that confidence to say, hey, you need to pack your things and leave. I don't want to see you
Mhm.
here ever again. Which is and that's the moment that she finds out the truth of what happened to Rebecca. And I think she this is and I think she really fell in love with him after he revealed the secret, because she stood by him. She could have just said, like, you know what?
She
I watched.
stood by him because I actually think she's loved him. She actually fell in love with him from the beginning. Remember, she was like lining up the notes that he wrote to her, like you saw the
Yeah,
butterflies.
yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
happened is throughout the honeymoon phase is over, she started believing all the stuff that Danvers and all these other people were saying, and she started believing that she is a rebound and he will never love her the way he loved the other girl. Once she
Hmm.
found out, holy shit. I'm actually not an imposter. You never loved her, and you do actually have feelings for me. That's what the situation was in the end. He
Yeah, and
thought he fell in love with Rebecca, but she screwed him almost immediately.
yeah,
And
and
so
Rebecca
so
never
there was
loved
no
him.
love ever there. And the
Yeah, there
pain
was
that
no
he
love.
was feeling
There was
was
no.
guilt
Yeah,
more
there
than
was no.
anything.
Yeah, and Rebecca is such a horrible woman, sleeping with her cousin. Ugh.
Not just the cousin, but yeah,
Every man, what I'm saying? Was she sleeping with the guy helping manage the estate too?
I think so, yeah. That's why
Oh,
he was crying so much over.
oh, oh my God, this is
Yeah. And then so then there's that situation. Okay. The ending made me wonder one thing, and it wasn't or at least maybe I missed it, but it wasn't ever really said. But do we believe Mrs. Danvers was actually Rebecca's mother? Because Rebecca used her last name at the doctor's, and Mrs. Danvers is almost a tad too invested if she was just a service lady to this girl. She
all
said
right.
she's been taking care of her since she was a little girl.
Okay, so there's two parts to it. One, I never thought of that that she could have been her mother. Now that you mentioned it, it's quite possible that she might have been her mother. It
Because I
could be,
mean, do you go
but
into service so hard that you kill yourself after the like
well, also, look at it from this point of view. Maybe so if she I'm guessing Mrs. Danvers worked at another estate when she was younger, and she had an affair with the lord of that estate, and Rebecca is the result of that. You know, could have been the
that
result of
works?
that. Now, in aristocratic terminology, she will be considered an illegitimate child.
A
You know what I'm
bastard.
saying? A bastard. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
she probably got married very early to get her out of the get her out. Rebecca probably doesn't even know that Mrs. Danvers is her mom. We probably doesn't even know that. It's quite possible she never
But it
even.
would make sense that she is because um like I understand being a service person and being with someone since like little girl and you
Mhm,
you you grow attached. That's fine. And she has nowhere else to go. That's also fine.
mhm.
But if somebody is as horrible and does so many immoral things as she did, it feels to me only unconditional love can excuse and forgive all that. And the a love of a mother is that, like you love your child even if it goes to jail, like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
It just
if
makes
she
sense to me for the
well,
story.
yeah, because where would she have learned that behavior from? Mrs. Danvers. I think
Yeah.
Mrs. Danvers exhibits those behaviors too, whatever, and she
Encourage them even
encouraged it,
probably.
you know what I'm saying? Encouraged all of it and stuff like that. Now, was Mrs. Danvers has been that way her whole life? I don't know. But she does, from what we've seen from throughout the movie, she probably encouraged all that behavior from Rebecca, given that we are are now thinking Rebecca might be her daughter, but she never told Rebecca that I'm your mom. You know what I'm saying? She's just so attached to her. She followed her from the other home
Yeah.
here when she got married, and she's been here. She everything is according to how Rebecca would have done it. She left the room the same
Hmm.
way after she passed away. She made
Exactly. A mother
would do that. Oh, you frozen. You froze up.
really?
Yeah, you froze up a bit.
Why?
Oh, you're back now. So yeah,
Oh, my
it's
internet connection is unstable.
yeah. So that's what a mother would do in that kind of situation if she's lost her daughter.
Yeah.
Um, obviously she probably
Makes a lot of
did.
sense.
Yeah, she did believe her daughter at first died because she drowned herself or something like that. But obviously, with the discovery of the boat and all that kind of stuff, she now believes that, oh, he killed her and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, even like she kept saying this one thing. She kept saying Rebecca is still here. And the moment they find her body, you can see in her face that she's disappointed that it's actually her. Almost like she believed maybe Rebecca just ran
I don't
and maybe
know.
she's still alive somewhere and maybe, the body
Hmm.
that's been identified, it's unclear who that was in the end.
Well, and then unclear who they buried the year before. They
Exactly.
just found somebody. They just
Someone's dead out there. Someone's missing.
just buried somebody. So, but the fact. So, why did they even have the inquiry that Max de Winters might have been the one to kill her? Even though we know what happened, eventually
Because
what happened,
I think that domestic stuff
abuse.
is like domestic people are always like question first for that kind of stuff. Like if something because she had bullet wounds, right? And
No, no, no.
first they didn't.
They
First they
didn't know.
didn't ask him. They just they
Well, well, remember
asked
now.
him to identify the body.
Yeah, but remember now, her body's been in the water for over a year now, so it's been preserved in under the water, but it's been bloated, and they're not gonna know. It's gonna be hard to do a DNA test. If they had DNA back then, it would probably be very hard. It would be inconclusive to know what really
Right.
happened and stuff like that. So I think in those kind of situations, I think the boat, the damage of the boat was what they went with. Like, okay, this was something somebody did this. This wasn't natural
This was a purposeful damage to the boat. Yeah.
to the boat. So
But
now
she
who
was
could have?
also a really good sailor. Like it didn't make sense that she didn't make it, blah blah
So
blah.
they went through the husband. Obviously, if a wife dies, the first person they go with is the husband. Or if a husband dies, the first thing is they go with the wife. They'll be like, okay, where were you? What did what were you guys fighting and stuff like that? And then she went to, the
Yeah.
whole story of her going to a doctor in London. Now people are saying she's
In
pregnant because
secret.
in secret, yeah, her belly, all that kind of stuff. But when we find out that she's got like some kind of like ovarian cancer, and she was, got just a few weeks to live. So the only thing she had to do was like she didn't want to suffer. And I've heard people do this when they hear
And
that they,
deteriorate. I think it's and it makes sense for her character because if you think about it, she was obviously needed to be in control.
mm,
She was in control of the house, she was in control of the parties and the staff and her husband and all the other men. She was
hmm
in control. So it makes sense that if it's like you're about to die, you're sick, that she would take back that control by ending it on her terms the way she wants when she decides to.
but
So
she
she had
didn't
to
do it,
hurry because otherwise cancer was going to do it for her.
and she didn't want to do it by herself. She wanted to goad her husband to doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because um,
That's why he said she won.
yeah, she won. Yeah. So, but that's crazy because that's so diabolical that you would goad somebody to even killing you, your own husband. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
But
was
she
very diabolical.
doesn't seem to have ever had feelings for him. She probably just married him to stay with money, and then she used that money to keep all these other men.
And to live the lifestyle that she wanted. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I it what do you what was the story is just so it seems like there should have been a prequel.
No, it's convoluted, and that's what I meant in the beginning when I said I think the novel reads well. because there's probably a lot of details that you just can't fit into a movie
Yes.
that
Or
you
maybe
would be reading.
or I know there's a miniseries version of it. There's a television series of it. I don't know where to find that. I would love to watch that, but I probably will try to read the book because there has to be a prequel to like who was Rebecca. Maybe we get to the point where Mrs. Danvers is actually her mom. Maybe they do tell us that. Maybe that's her mom and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But
And they
it
can
makes
only suggest it in the film.
yeah. So this was it was crazy. Did you like it?
I liked it. I liked it. I loved some of the symbolism. Like there was a lot of like little things, and I wrote them down, like the birds.
I
Every so
couldn't.
often the birds showing up, and it was always in the context of like Rebecca is still here. Like it was,
Mm,
and
hmm
then you had I like the scene with the dream where she's drowning in the vines and the
and the
vines are
vines.
pulling her
Yeah,
down. The
yeah.
idea of that was just like symbolically the suffocation, how are you going to get out of this? I thought, and again, the coloring, I thought it was very, very well done. I like period pieces, that kind of period. I
Mhm.
love the style. So like the beginning and the Monte Carlo stuff, like was
Yeah,
just
I like
beautiful
that. It
and
felt like you were watching two different films in one.
absolutely. Yes.
Yeah,
And I thought, yes, and it could have been two separate films. The first
yeah.
one could have been just a romance
Romance
thing, and
and
the other
then
one could have just been like thriller.
thriller, mystery, and stuff like that. What I took from it,
Oh,
obviously,
and
the
the
cult.
mirrors. The mirrors was an incredible scene when she walks in and Danvers is like talking her down and she's just seeing all these reflections and it's like it was just there was a lot of really cool like shots in it.
Yeah, yeah. I like when Danvers when they first got to the house the first time and he's introducing a new bride to the staff and then Danvers doesn't come out. She just stands in the hall in the drawing room. And as soon as they come in, the camera just zooms to Danvers like,
Hmm.
"Welcome, Manderley." You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
how dare, like what's like she just has this like she owns the house. And
Hmm.
essentially it seems like
Yes.
Danvers
And
does own
that's
it.
how Rebecca was probably. It was one of those
Exactly.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So my takeaway is obviously the colors, how how and how the colors reflects the two. It seems like two stories in one: the romance in Monte Carlo and the how bright the colors were and everything, just to give us a sense of
It
happiness and hope.
it could
You
have
know,
literally almost been like this romance story and then this girl just falls asleep and just had that dream.
exactly.
And then she
Yeah.
wakes back up on that whatever other vacation that they're taking at the end.
And then she just says, "Yeah, I'm not going with you." Like, no, if I'm not going,
That
I'll
would
go
make a
back.
good movie too.
Yeah, I'll go with. It could
It's
have been
like the
that too.
whole he's been dead all along kind of story.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And then obviously when the second part of the story starts, the colors go dark just to show the mystery and the the tragedy
Yeah.
that she's about to walk into and stuff like that. That's the first one. The second one was the fact that this was a quick courtship and essentially you don't know who you're marrying on I think a lot of people are always looking for guarantees in a relationship and stuff like that. Like, oh, I
Mhm.
don't know him or I
Nowadays, for
don't know
sure.
her. And I'm just like, you just don't know. You're never gonna know the person until you live with that person. And that even
Mhm.
when you live with it, it just takes time. So marriage is a leap of faith. And I think they both took a leap of faith with this marriage, even though they were both looking for something and they found it in each other and they still needed time, but it's a leap of faith. Three, stepping into a supposedly great person's shoes where
Mhm.
she's already built up this relationship with everybody and now you now have to live up to it or surpass it for you to be accepted. And and I think she surpassed it when she really showed her love for her husband at the
Yeah.
end by
She was
supporting
a
him,
real wife, which
a
she
real
didn't
wife.
have before.
She stood by him, and even though she knows the truth of what he did, she still stood by him and said, like, okay,
Mhm.
this is what we're gonna say, this is what we're going, and she did all that, and that's when she said, like, at the end of the movie, she said, I found what I was looking for, which was love,
Yeah, so the very last line
something
of
like
the
that.
movie is one thing, but her face in that last shot, was
That's
that confusing?
that was confusing me because it seemed like she showed
Like
that
she was evil.
like she was evil. Yeah.
But I guess
So,
the whole point is just that she helped him get away with murder for love,
but it had more to. There was a lot more to that.
right?
There was a lot more. It was a quick thing, but you saw it was quick, but it was not so quick that you couldn't notice
No,
that.
it really threw me off at
And
the end.
there was so much to it because you're just like, wait a minute, now, why did she give that look? So there has to be the book.
A
I have
sequel?
to read. I have no. I mean, don't
She's
necessarily. I
been a
have,
Rebecca all along.
or maybe she is Rebecca. Is she Rebecca? And Mrs. Danvers is a figment of her
They're all
imagination.
crazy. I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe everybody's
Yeah,
just
no,
crazy in this movie.
definitely it definitely felt like something
Yeah,
there.
it didn't. And then what about the? Remember when she went into that boathouse and she saw that little homeless guy in there?
Oh, that's for the guy from the Night's Watch.
Was he from the Night's Watch?
Yeah.
From Game of Thrones?
Ned. Yeah, no, not Ned. What was his name? I
I
don't
think
remember his name. Yeah,
I think I
he was
yeah,
one of
okay.
Jon Snow's
John
friends.
Stone's okay. Does he was he a figment of her imagination? Did he really exist?
No, I think maybe actually maybe because no, I think it was just there was people who knew.
The
There was
real
people who knew, but nobody knew how to say it, and this guy just went crazy, and so, but he said, "I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything."
I didn't say anything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay. I mean, I've got to read the book. I've got to read the book. I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to get the
right.
book and we've got to watch
It's
the
a good movie
original.
if they te if it makes you want to read the book. That's usually
Yeah,
how it goes, right?
and we got to read the and we got to watch the original. Maybe the original will have a lot more explanation to it. Because I think in the original, Mrs. Danvers dies in the in the mansion.
Well, she dies either way, so I don't know what.
But
Maybe she just didn't die burning down because she needed that last conversation with Lucy or whatever.
well, we'll see because I
We'll see.
somebody who I watched a documentary about something something and then they said like she died in the fire with them. So that's why it's probably going to be done differently um
Yeah.
than this new one. So I would like to watch the old one and let us unbox that one of these days. But also I would like to read the book because I there's a whole as good as this movie was, there's still a lot of
We're
questions
gonna
like
need to do like a original special one day where we just watch like the original versions of like
yeah,
some of the films that we've been taking.
yeah. So we've got two now, Rebecca and
Well, let's wait
Nosferatu.
for a third one and then we'll do a special.
Yeah, we'll do a special. We'll do a special. We'll do a special. All right. So what grade are you going to give this? What's your
Oh, okay.
what number do you give this out of 10?
Um, I think I'm gonna give it a 6.
6?
I think so. I want to give it a 7. The only thing that I had was just that it was almost a little bit, again, it would have read so well, but it was almost, there's too much detail packed and you couldn't make it any shorter anymore. So it was really long, but I almost feel like there was still not all the information in it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7. I give you say Bola, you give every movie a 7. Either a 6
No,
or a
not
7.
recently. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm about to suggest a film you're not going to give a 7. No, I'm kidding.
No, but this one I give this one a 7.
Okay.
It was just it was just a very it's what I would love to make.
Yeah.
And I would have tried to find out. It felt the only thing is it's a week 7. The 7 I'm giving is a week 7 because there's still some answers there's still some
That's what
questions
I'm
that
saying. So it was really long and there
hmm
was a few moments that felt a little slow,
hmm
but for the most part, it was packed with information and I still feel like I didn't get all my information. But you know what? It's European, right? It's a British film. And
hmm
so I feel like sometimes we get really, really used to Hollywood answering, like spelling out all the answers to everything, and we don't do that.
Yeah,
as much in Europe. So some of it is left open for you to kind of like, if
interpret.
you're smart enough, you figured it out. Well, if you don't,
Yeah,
then maybe you don't, you know?
yeah. So, yeah, because like I said, and I never even thought of Mrs. Danvers being possibly being Rebecca's mom. That's a strong possibility. So I would like to watch the old film and also read the book, and maybe we'll get the answers there.
Hmm.
Because either she's her mom or Mrs. Danvers is just a nut job, a
I mean,
complete
she's
nut job.
obviously insane,
She's
but at the same
insane.
time, how well, and then you're kind of raised to live your entire life for another person. You serve this other person your entire life. So getting like attached makes sense, but to what
But not
extent,
to
right?
this
Yeah.
extent. This I've never seen this kind of extent. Every time I watch a movie like this, I'm thinking of Downton Abbey, and I'm just like, I can't remember any character being this. I mean, they were devoted to the people they were serving, but not to this point. This was
No, especially because if she sounds like she was a terrible person, she probably did not always treat her right. There's no way out of the entire world Miss Danvers is the only person that she treats well. So she probably treated her like crap sometimes too. And that's where the servants all become like sick of these people because they're full of arrogance and are
well,
using them for everything. You know what I
but
mean?
it doesn't seem like she treated Mrs. Danvers bad though,
I don't know.
because
Mrs. Danvers lied about a lot of things.
but I think you know what, the more I'm thinking about it, I'm inclined to believe that Rebecca is her mom.
Mhm.
I'm
She's
I'm
Rebecca's
I'm
mom.
I mean she's Rebecca's mom. She's Rebecca's mom. I'm the
Yeah.
more I'm thinking about it now, I'm going because I'm going back to the scene where she was brushing her hair and then she was just like, I was like, and the way she was talking about like, I would do this for her, I would do this for her, it'll take minutes and all this. I was like, oh, that's her mom. That now I'm like, yo, that's probably her mom.
And it makes more sense too when she found out about first the baby and then the cancer that she was like sincerely emotional that she didn't tell her that.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Because
they're like,
if
oh,
I'm
she kept
pregnant, my mom's the first person to find out. You know what I mean?
exactly. So yes, that it's yeah, that you know what? We've got
And
to
she
read
was
the
close to the cousin. She would be related to the cousin.
well, the cousin may not even know.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. They knew each other. They were kind of close. So
Yeah, I'm
it
talking
just
about, but the
confirms
cousin
it though.
doesn't maybe may not know that Mrs. Danvers is the mom.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That would have
Sounds
been
like they all
something.
knew though. I feel like they
I
were all
mean,
kind of.
yeah, but it would have been one of those like really secret things, especially these are aristocratic families. This is not something, this is
Mhm.
not out today's world where, oh, that would have been, it would
No,
have been
this is the
no,
kind of stuff that nobody can know.
yeah, nobody can know that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, they would have
It's
probably
like
sent her
who's
to another.
Jon Snow's mother?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So anyway, I gave it a week 7. Um,
I
it
gave
was
it a
just
strong 6.
a
So
strong
where are you?
6. All right. So guys, what do you think about if you watched Rebecca, the new one, what do you the newer one that was 2020 on Netflix.
2020.
If you watched it, let us know what you think about the movie. Let us know what you think about how we've analyzed it in the comment section.
I
And
definitely recommend watching it if you haven't.
yeah, and one of these days, we're gonna watch the old one and we're gonna compare the story. And we're gonna do that for Bram Stoker. When we do Nosferatu, we're gonna watch Bram Stoker's Dracula, and then maybe another film that we're gonna watch, and maybe we'll have an old version, and we're gonna do that one of these days. So for next week, it's Marty's turn. What you got?
Are you scared?
I am scared.
Okay. Okay, no,
But
because I have two. I have two that I really want us to talk about. One I haven't seen yet, and I just saw that it came out. One I have seen, and we really need to talk about it,
before you
but you're
say it,
gonna hate me.
before we say it, throughout the day I was dreading what is this girl gonna come up with. In fact, the whole week I'm like,
Okay, so do you want me to rip the Band-Aid off and we do this one first? Or do you
hold
want
on,
to do
hold
the
on.
other one first? One
So,
just came out.
all right, give me both, and then let's go. We'll see.
Okay, I want us to watch and talk about Heretic? Is that
Heretic,
yeah.
is that
It's got Hugh Grant in
Hugh
it.
Grant? Okay, all right. And then
Very. I've seen it, so we need to talk about it, but it's not gonna be your favorite movie. Just because it's kind of dark.
What's the second one?
Electric State.
Electric State. What the hell is that? Hold on,
The
I got you.
Electric State literally just came out. I have no idea what it's about. I have no idea. I opened Netflix to watch Rebecca and I saw it, and it's got Chris Pratt and Millie Bobby Brown
The
starring in
Electric
it.
the Electric State. It's like a sci-fi adventure film.
No idea. I have no idea. I just saw
Anthony
them too.
Russo, Joe Russo, Mike LaRocca, Russell Ackerman, Chris Pratt. Oh no, Millie Bobby Brown. Okay, okay. Anthony Mackie, Captain America. Woody Harrison. Jesus. Nah,
But it just came out.
it just came out. Let's watch Heretic because I've been seeing it on the app Max and I've been like putting it off. Let's watch Heretic. I saw the trailer and it looks like something I would.
I think you're gonna hate me.
Is it like horror?
So, okay, remember when you said you were spooked from Nosferatu and I said Nosferatu didn't really spook me, it was just gross?
Hmm. This one's gross.
This one, I thought Nosferatu was gross. No, this one isn't gross. I thought, I don't, hmm. I just don't think you like that topic altogether because it's thriller horror, but it is a very good film. It's worth seeing.
When I saw the trailer, I thought I would it's something I would like to watch. I was like, this looks good. I just haven't got the time to watch it yet. Or got my mind to
Well, I
watch it
hope
because
you'll enjoy it then.
I'm gonna watch it.
I
I'm
thought
gonna
you
watch.
would hate me. You said you don't want horror, so
Well, it doesn't look horror. It just looks like a more of like a thriller, like like
Psycho. Yeah, it's
yeah, like a
Psycho.
psycho type thing. Hugh Grant, these two girls walking.
Hugh
They're
Grant, did he end up he ended up getting at least one award for it.
oh for real? Yeah, because he's never. I've seen him play a bad guy a long time ago, but not to this.
No,
You know,
he did amazing. I
yeah.
thought he
Okay.
was good. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. We'll talk about it next week.
All right. So Heretic. And Marty, if I get terrified, I'm coming for you.
It's okay. I'll buy some whiskey.
Listen. All right, cool. So Heretic, we're doing that next week. So guys, I think you can watch Heretic on HBO Max. So
Yeah.
if you haven't seen that, go watch that before we unbox it next week. But for this week, let us know what you think about today's episode. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and like the video, please. And we'll see you guys next week. Make
Bye.
sure you watch Heretic.